I wanted to start with this raised bed here. I have some carpet of snow alyssum. Next to it, I have my sweet peppers. This is a golden California wonder pepper variety, so they will turn yellow eventually. And they look so beautiful. This is my first time growing peppers, guys. I'm so excited because despite of all the rain, they are actually doing really well. I have another pepper plant here. This one I moved. It was too close to the other one. That's why it's a little further behind. There's a wasp, so I'm trying to be careful not to get stung. And look at what we have here. The infamous tomato hornworm just chilling. Trying to keep an eye on this wasp though. I'm wondering if the wasp will attack the hornworm because wasps attack pests and caterpillars, so you want a few in your garden. I was hoping that the wasp would attack the hornworm, but it was more interested in the pollen, unfortunately. So I will have to touch it and grab it off of my pepper plant because it looks like it's been eaten good. And of course, there's another egg. So I don't kill the hornworms. I just throw them over the fence. So I will be doing that. And I do tend to check my pepper plants for eggs daily. I will be staking my pepper plants, by the way, eventually. I read that usually you need to stake them. The moths and the caterpillars have been really relentless with laying eggs. I'm constantly removing eggs every day. I don't use pesticides. The alyssum here is getting out of control. So I keep cutting that back. And then behind it, I have some fireball marigolds here. They're on their last leg though. Here are some little finger carrots that I've been growing for a couple of months now. I probably should have thinned them better for space. I have some basil flowering that I just left for the pollinators. It doesn't taste good anymore, so I'm letting the bees have at it. I have some broccoli seedlings that have sprouted. This is my first time growing broccoli too. I have thinned these a couple of times, but I'm gonna thin them again. I'm just kind of waiting to see which ones look the strongest first. Oh, hello, Miss or Mr. Bumblebee. These bumblebees love the basil flowers. It's insane. And then I have some more carrots here that I need to thin. I really need to cut the basil plant because it's covering the sunlight on my carrots now. For this flower bed, I have a dwarf holly. I planted some coreopsis like 2 months ago, and I guess they decided to finally sprout, so we'll see how they do. I have a cherry red knockout rose that I got off clearance at Lowe's. And here's another knockout rose. It's coral. And I also got that off clearance. And then I have some zinnias. This is from Johnny C's, the Oklahoma Golden Zinnia. Now you see I have this one. It's leaning because of a thunderstorm we had yesterday, but I love the double petals. And then you see the one next to it, it's different. But they are from the same seed packet. They both look beautiful, but I'm wondering why they look different. I'm guessing the seeds got mixed up. My husband damaged this one with our edger, so I can't blame the weather on that. Very sad. This is from Fairy Morris. It's called a Meteor Zinnia. It's supposed to be a deep burgundy color, and the petals look really weird at first, and then they look a lot better as time progresses. Here is my favorite zinnia, guys. It's beautiful. It's one of the binary giant zinnias, and it can get 40 to 50 inches tall. This is Ageratum Blue Horizon, a full sun annual. Great for cut flowers, and the blooms stay beautiful for weeks. And then I have another holly and then a knockout rose. This is a Proven Winners Limelight Hydrangea. The blooms are beautiful, but I noticed the leaves are burning. I did put holly tone fertilizer months ago, and we had tons of rain, so I'm not sure if it's fertilizer burn or sunburn. It could be the Georgia heat. And then I do see some leaf-footed nymphs on this that I need to get off. You can see they're hiding. This is a calendula. It's an annual, I expected bigger flowers than this, but I'm still happy that I have blooms, especially with all the rain. The blooms don't last long. They only last maybe like 3 to 4 days before they dry out. Here are some dwarf zinnias I grew from seeds. The petals looked a lot better a couple of weeks ago. I have a clip for you guys so you can see them in their shining glory. And they've been having fungal issues because of all the rain in Georgia. I've been treating it with copper fungicide, and my zinnias in the ground have no fungal issues. But yeah, here are some petite orange marigolds that I grew from seeds. The blooms don't get that big, but honestly, I think it's because the pot is a little crowded. But you can see there are plenty of buds ready to bloom, so I think it'll be fine. I do see an armyworm here at the bottom, and I've been having a lot of issues with armyworms lately. Man, check your plants after it rains, because I feel like I find the most pests in my garden after rain. This is one of my favorite perennials in the garden, guys. It's a Mystic Spire Salvia. All the pollinators love it. Hummingbirds, bumblebees, butterflies. It's been blooming since May. Some of the bumblebees even fall asleep on it. It's so cute. This is a lollipop verbena. It's a perennial and it's a compact variety. Butterflies really like it. This plant looked completely dead at first. I left it in the nursery pot way too long, but I cut it back, I kept it watered, and now look, I pretty much resurrected it. Here are some fireball marigolds. I kind of went crazy. They're all over my garden. And then I have a China white aster. It took a while for it to bloom, and then I have a lavender color as well. I love the lavender. It's so pretty. I do think they get much taller though. The soil and then the rain has just ruined everything. This is a vanity verbena. It's a tender perennial, so it will not survive our first frost, but it's a lot more upright and compact compared to my lollipop verbena. You'll see the comparison right now in this shot. So if you want something a little bit more compact and upright, this one would be perfect. And then I have my Blue Better salvia that I grew from seed. A lot of the pollinators will really love this plant too. It looks a little wonky because of the thunderstorm the previous day. And then I have another Ageratum Blue Horizon plant. It did not bloom, it's just not getting enough sun. So I do have pretty leaves, but sadly no blooms. This is a butterfly pincushion scaviosa that has been blooming since May as well. And then I have a Inferno coleus. I'll show you guys a picture of how small this plant was when I first got it. And I believe this is the Color Blaze coleus. They have gotten huge, beautiful colors, and they're a little wilted now because of the sun, but they're totally fine. That's just what happens when it's pretty hot outside. And then just ignore the shriveled up hostas in the back. I need to move them to a spot with more shade. And then I have my petunias here. It's a variety of different ones. I know for sure there's one that's from Proven Winners, the bubblegum petunia, but these have been blooming nonstop. Ooh, I see a caterpillar. I'll get that later, but they're very beautiful. I have a lot of hummingbirds and hummingbird moths that come every single day to drink up the nectar from these beautiful blooms. And I do fertilize them probably once a week because petunias in general are heavy feeders, and I cut them back when they get a little too messy. And then I have some geranium over here, and then I have purple petunias in this pot as well that I need to cut back. And then I have my mum that I put in the ground last year, and it's blooming this summer. I didn't think it would last with the frost, but it's still here. I do need to deploy some ladybugs because it's a lot of aphids on it. But that's a pirate bug, I believe. Pirate bugs do eat aphids, so I'm happy that I have someone defending my mums. I don't know if it can keep up with all the aphids. I love my mums, and then I have some black-eyed Susans next to it. Then I have more fireball marigolds. As you can see, I kind of went crazy with them. But they're such a beautiful annual. Over here, I have some zinnia seedlings that are sprouting in the back. I need to thin them. And then I have some denim and lace Russian sage, another pollinator-friendly plant. And then this is my Ageratum Blue Horizon that I'm most proud of. I don't know what it is about this flower bed, but a lot of the plants look a lot better on the side. So I think the soil is just better, maybe the drainage, I don't know. I have a China lavender aster here. And then I have another blue bedder salvia. Now, the one that you guys saw before took forever to bloom. This one has been blooming a lot longer, and it's much bigger. But you guys can see how big it gets. And then I just have some serendipity alliums that have already bloomed. And then I have some moonshine yarrow. I don't think it likes a spot because they were way taller in their flower pot. I was like flicking off a cricket. And then in the back, I have some perfect perfusion salvia that is also loved by the pollinators that I cut back and it rebloomed. And then I just have some coreopsis and a couple of other plants that are either dead or they're at the end of their life cycle for the season. Oh, but look at the pretty butterfly. I just love how it just slowly turned towards the camera so you could really see the color. And then on the side of my house, I have a bunch of coleus. These were struggling in my backyard near the other red coleus, so I moved them to the side of my house, and they are doing so much better. I love the different color varieties of them, and I know it's going to look really pretty when the fall comes and everyone starts pulling out like the orange and reds in their gardens. I have some Gomphrena on this side where it gets a little bit more sun. But I'm just obsessed with the hostas, the chartreuse green coleus, and then the red and green coleus here. And I just want to show you guys a little bit of my front garden real quick. I have some Sahara zinnias. I also have some Shasta daisies. I have some more fireball marigolds. I told y'all I went crazy. Some more Shasta daisies there. I have some cone flowers. And I have Gomphrena, I have salvia, and then I have some beautiful knockout roses. This is Orange Glow, I think, or Orange Blaze, I can't remember. And then this is a like a light pink knockout rose. I do want to show you guys another side of my house real quick. These are all zinnias. I have some lavender zinnias in the front that didn't bloom yet. And then I have some that got knocked over a little bit by the thunderstorm or a weed whacker, I'm not really sure. But I have some Oklahoma. No. These are the Baneri Giant Orange zinnia, I believe. I think it is. I'm like 90% sure. And then I have some pure orange zinnias too. But look at the blooms. They're so beautiful. But that is it, guys. This is my end of the summer backyard. And oh, look, the butterfly. It's missing a part of the wing. But this is my garden. I plan on doing a cleanup fall video for you guys so you can see, what I'm doing for fall. But thanks for watching.